that in this kind of game you just have to make things happen, no matter the conditions, and this is just a slight detail.
Whistle! The Spurs are NBA Cup giant killers!
I was really excited in the big picture about seeing the combination of what was a very successful offense.
There are nights in the NBA where you can feel something special building from the opening tip. The NBA Cup semifinal between the San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder was one of those nights. Prime time, bright lights, and a spot in the final on the line against the New York Knicks. From the very beginning, it was clear this wasn't just another game. This was a statement game. Youth versus youth, speed versus length, discipline versus chaos. And by the time the final buzzer sounded, the Spurs had delivered one of the most shocking wins of the season.
Oklahoma City Thunder, the winner, will face the Knicks. Outside look, Holmgren wants three and delivers.
Oklahoma City came out looking exactly like the team that has terrorized opponents all year. The ball movement was sharp, the defense was aggressive, and the spacing was immaculate. Chet Holmgren wasted no time showing why the modern NBA is changing forever. A 7-footer stepping outside, confidently pulling up from deep and knocking it down without hesitation. Plays like that don't just score points, they send a message. The Thunder weren't afraid, they weren't cautious, they were here to dominate.
You can get threes on the weak side.
Vassell, Midi, good.
Well, Coach, they have to give up something, but I think about time they get to that three, the shooter is out of rhythm.
Barnes.
San Antonio answered by attacking the rim and refusing to play intimidated. Harrison Barnes got downhill early, absorbing contact and finishing through traffic. You could sense the Spurs trying to slow the game just enough to find their rhythm. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander then did what Shai always does. Calm, composed, surgical. He walked into an elbow jumper and buried it like it was a layup. No wasted movement, no rush, just precision. The early minutes became a showcase of patience versus pressure. The Thunder's defense swarmed ball handlers, forcing turnovers and instantly converting them into points. Isaiah Hartenstein hammered home a dunk off a defensive breakdown, and Oklahoma City started to build momentum. Turnovers piled up for San Antonio, and against this Thunder team, turnovers are lethal. They don't just score, they demoralize. San Antonio didn't panic. They leaned into their youth and energy. Stephon Castle attacked gaps, floated runners over defenders, and showed a maturity beyond his years.
It's a collective effort, and it's not an easy thing. I mean, that's only their second loss of this season. It means something.
Victor Wembanyama checked into the game and immediately changed everything. The arena buzz shifted. Every possession felt heavier. Every shot around the rim suddenly became contested. Wembanyama didn't need to score right away to make his presence felt. His length erased driving lanes, altered shots, and forced Oklahoma City to think twice. As the first quarter wore on, Oklahoma City continued to punish mistakes. Shai orchestrated the offense like a conductor, reading defenders and finding teammates in perfect rhythm. Jalen Williams thrived in transition, converting easy looks and jumping passing lanes. The Thunder's defense was relentless, jumping screens, crowding ball handlers, and turning defense into offense at an alarming rate.
Yeah, like Steph Castle and De'Aaron Fox have been beating people off the dribble like all season, and especially since De'Aaron Fox came back. They've been shooting the three ball extremely well over the course of this stretch. They built out this offense built on dribble penetration and kickouts, getting out in transition that was super successful.
But the Spurs slowly found their footing. Fox pushed the pace, snaking through defenders and finishing with finesse. Barnes knocked down timely shots. And then, Wembanyama announced himself. A tip-in, a block, a smooth jumper. Suddenly, the game felt different. The Thunder still had control, but the Spurs were no longer overwhelmed. The second quarter turned into a battle of runs. Oklahoma City would push the lead, San Antonio would respond. Every time it looked like the Thunder might pull away, the Spurs answered with toughness and shot-making. Wembanyama began to dominate the interior, using his length to score over smaller defenders with ease. On the other end, he swatted shots into the crowd, igniting fast breaks and lifting the Spurs' energy. Shai continued to do damage, hitting mid-range jumpers and finishing through contact. His ability to control the pace is elite. Even when the defense is locked in, he finds space. He reached the 20-point mark yet again, extending one of the most impressive streaks in the league. But San Antonio stayed within striking distance, refusing to fold. By halftime, the game felt like it was teetering. Oklahoma City had forced turnovers and executed beautifully, but San Antonio had something they couldn't game plan away: Victor Wembanyama's impact. The Spurs went into the locker room believing they could win. The third quarter was where the tone shifted. San Antonio came out with urgency. Fox attacked early. Barnes hit a huge three. Castle continued to play with confidence, and Wembanyama took over defensively. Every drive into the paint was a risk. Every post-up was a challenge. Oklahoma City suddenly had to work for everything. Still, the Thunder are resilient. Jalen Williams hit tough shots. Holmgren battled inside and out. Caruso brought his trademark hustle, diving for loose balls and finishing in traffic. The game stayed tight, possession after possession, shot after shot. Neither team blinked. Late in the third, San Antonio grabbed its first lead of the game. The building erupted. Momentum swung. Oklahoma City called timeout, trying to regain control, but the Spurs had found something. Their confidence grew with every stop, every basket, every defensive stand. The fourth quarter turned into pure theater, back-and-forth basketball at its finest. Every possession mattered. Every mistake was magnified. Shai elevated his game, attacking the rim, finishing through contact, and hitting clutch shots. This was where MVP-level players separate themselves, and Shai did exactly that. But Wembanyama answered. A fadeaway jumper, a rejection at the rim, a rebound over 3 defenders. His presence was overwhelming. Smaller defenders simply had no answers. He talked, he celebrated, he embraced the moment. With minutes remaining, the game was tied. The intensity was unreal. Oklahoma City struck first with a big shot, only for San Antonio to answer immediately. Fox buried a 3. Williams hit a tough jumper. Wembanyama responded with a bucket of his own. The lead changed hands again and again. In the final moments, defense decided everything. The Spurs forced a crucial miss. Wembanyama secured a massive rebound. Free throws followed. Oklahoma City had chances, but San Antonio executed when it mattered most. Calm at the line, smart decisions, no panic. When the final horn sounded, the scoreboard told the story. The San Antonio Spurs had done it. They had taken down one of the most dangerous teams in the league on the biggest stage. The NBA Cup semifinals had a giant killer. This wasn't just a win, it was a message. The Spurs aren't just rebuilding, they're arriving. Wembanyama isn't just the future, he's the present. And the NBA just got a reminder that when talent, confidence, and fearlessness collide, anything is possible. The Spurs are headed to the NBA Cup final, and the rest of the league is officially on notice.